One of the classes that I took in my last semester of college was a required course on art history. So, of course, in art history, a very important time period is the Renaissance, and Renaissance artwork being very important, very monumental as a shift, not only showing a shift in art style and refinement, but also a shift in thinking. And around the time of the Renaissance, of course, is Leonardo da Vinci. Everyone knows Leonardo da Vinci, and there was this kind of thought experiment that was proposed to the class. Renaissance Florence, and just Renaissance Italy in general, had a relatively small population compared to the world population boom that is around today. Specifically, the population of Europe at that time was just coming out of the Black Plague. However, at the time of the Renaissance, especially in Florence, which by today's standards is a comparatively small city, nothing at all like the size of New York, there were a great many of great thinkers and great mathematicians, artists, architects, engineers. There were great minds that came of this. However, we don't see that many great minds just out and about in the world today. It's not like there's a list of DaVincis and Michelangelos for every large city that's out there that would scale up with the size of the population that we have today. And the thought experiment question was, well, what would happen with Leonardo da Vinci if he was born today? How would he make a difference today? And why aren't there so many Da Vincis and so many Michelangelos? I think if Leonardo da Vinci was alive today, if he were alive today, I think he would be incredibly depressed, perhaps very despondent, maybe sulking away in some corner of the internet, trying to find a sense of self-worth. The context around which someone is born and raised has a significant impact on who they become. And what allowed those great thinkers to come out of the Renaissance was not simply some inborn quality or some drive that is within everyone that just came through because they tried hard enough. That would be a very American-style mentality to take, that you can do anything if you try hard enough. Of course, these people were really able to tap into that. And to a degree, that is true, that humans have a great amount of potential, but what allows us to tap into that is not entirely in our control. And try as we might, there are circumstantial factors that will always be out of our control. Society, the people that we associate with, economic situations, political situations, all things that the common man has no control over. Yet all are things that shape our life, shape the way that we live our lives, the decisions that we make, in one way or another. If Da Vinci was born today, and if he was not just quietly relegated to anonymity and running a pointless dead-end job just to make ends meet, because you would get lost. Even a great mind there's so many gears in the system that could take someone with great potential and just throw them down to the road of mediocrity. For example, the education system. If Da Vinci doesn't sit still in class, or he does bad in math class, can't get good test scores or something like that, that's something where he's not good enough for this or that. Or if, let's say, he's depressed and he goes to a doctor and he gets put on crazy pills and he has a bad reaction to that, and then the psychiatric system could ruin one's life as well, just because of having bad reactions to pills that you're supposed to take for the rest of your life. There's no bad intentions there, and some people that have great ambitions, or people that just don't fit in and feel very sad. And sad in a way where it's not just them being sad, it's the situation that they're in, but we can't control the situation, but we can control what pills we pump into their system, which is putting a band-aid over a more severe problem that nobody has control over. And people are afraid to admit that we don't have control. And that's why we don't have more Da Vincis out there today.